Hello, hello, hello. Stop. When it comes to customer feedback, engagement, or experience, call it the way you like it, there is one thing that you really have to stop doing now. What is it? I will tell you during this video. In the last weeks, we have been home more than usual. More people started to communicate through digital sources and more brands did the same. Having more interactions with customers equals to more opportunities to collect feedback from them and hopefully make the best use of this feedback to design better experiences. Unfortunately, and I would say incredibly, many brands still use outdated methods to collect feedback from customers. What is an outdated method that I see daily and that you should stop now? What is it? I would say it is sending surveys that contain a lot of questions. Last week I received 3 surveys requests from an airline, from a telco, communication, and another one from an HR tool. The one from the airline was the craziest one, with 5 pages of questions. Seriously, what's the problem with you? The one from HR contained 16 questions, therefore doable in more or less 8 minutes. 8 minutes, it's obviously too much. So first of all, just for fun, you can put yourself on a scale of self-evaluation to understand how outdated your methodologies are. If you send out surveys, you're already a bit outdated, because today there are so many ways to collect feedback that is voluntarily generated that if you do them well, you don't need to ask for more. However, going back to our scale, if you send out surveys with 5 or more questions, you are somewhat outdated. If you send out surveys with 10 questions or more, you have some problems. But if you send out surveys with 3 or 4 pages of questions, you are a dinosaur with some problems. Which problems? There are 3 immense problems that arise if in this day and age you keep sending surveys with lots of questions. And please understand that 10 questions in a survey are already way too much. Problem number 1. People don't respond. So what's the purpose of dedicating my time to fill in a survey with so many questions? To give you an idea, the number of people that leave reviews on e-commerce, if asked at the right moment, is around 10%. If you send them a survey with 10 questions, this percentage drops to less than 1%. Long story short, if you send out surveys with many questions, you're losing 88% of customer feedback. Problem number 2. Problem number 1 was already enough to change your perspective? Maybe. Then let me take it from there and add that 1% customer feedback that you may collect is not valuable. Why? Because if you ask questions, you add bias to the responses. And it's almost impossible not to do so, even if you are an expert in creating surveys. Let me give you an example. In the airline survey, one question was related to the catering, to what I ate on board. How would you rate the quality of snacks or meals? Sounded like that. So what if I was sleeping? What if I didn't eat? What if I was not hungry? Or what if I ate a snack but the quality of it was absolutely irrelevant for my satisfaction? So if you ask questions, you're set yourself for failing to interpret customer feedback. Problem number 3. If you ask questions, you are filling the time of the respondents with things that you and your stakeholders want to learn, not with what respondents want to say. This is absolutely unacceptable from a customer experience standpoint. It's like you to volunteer to help and then you are obliged to do it in a way that is not the way you would do it. Customers' time and feedback are gold and they need to be valued, not abused. Furthermore, you also prevent yourself from learning what you don't know, which is even worse. So at this point, you may agree that it doesn't make sense to send out these nonsense surveys anymore, I hope. So what could you do instead? I promise I will talk about this more extensively in future videos, but let me share a couple of topics already. Number 1, you can ask 2 questions only, one closed and one open-ended. The closed one can be a score from 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. The open-ended question should basically explain the why behind the score. So a good copy can be, could you tell us more about your experience? As simple as that. Number 2, if you collect this type of unstructured feedback, you end up having the problem of analyzing them. If you collect dozens, you can still analyze them yourself by just reading through them. But if you collect hundreds or thousands of feedback, you would need a tool to process this data. Text analytics capabilities of the most famous and distributed survey collection tools are not sufficient, and you would need specialized natural language processing software. If you're interested, we can talk more about this topic. Just let me know what you think. So guys, I really hope you liked this video, which was a bit longer and more direct than usual. Let me know in the comments. Stay safe and see you soon.